protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time. What time is it? Showtime. Prime time.
It's XL Prime Time, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off.
And Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you better have some meat on your bone.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Rookie mini camp today and tomorrow. And if the weather holds up, you'll be able to get out there and see them, which is great news. Welcome into a Florida Home AC Friday on XL Prime Time. The temperature, it's churning, hotter and hotter, which is bringing the rain. And they were talking about a bunch of rain over the weekend. I hope not. Weekends are reserved for sunshine. You know what I mean? Rain at night. Give me some sunshine during the daytime. But
Bursch is talking about rain, baby.
Yeah, they're saying
weekend.
It's a meteorologist's paradise.
It is, right?
It's none of our version of paradise.
That's their draft, bro.
It's kind of their
exactly.
Super Bowl,
It is
actually. The
their
entire
draft.
summer's the
Exactly.
Super Bowl, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know we need it. I know we need rain, but I would just prefer it to come at night. And just like the other night, Wednesday night, we were talking about it, just came down in buckets. But yeah, at night, water my lawn, do all that stuff. But rookie minicamp is here, and all the guys have come in, and we haven't really talked a whole lot about the undrafted rookie free agents. Coach and I, we did our stream show, 1010 on Fridays, in honor of 1010XL. Campo and Joe, just remember that, 1010 on Fridays, and we stream. And we got into a handful of those guys, and there's a decent number of players that have a shot to make a football team. Leon comes in as a first rounder when he was a rookie way back. I know what you're thinking. You know that you've got to come out and perform because people say there's the first rounder. I know that that's probably what you're thinking. But what are those cats thinking? Like, they got to get noticed somehow.
Yeah, what are the expectations? Well, I mean, the expectations for the undrafted rookies is to find a home, find a place. And only way you can make some hay or some noise is in practice. Whatever legitimate opportunity you have to showcase your talent, you're there. And that's what these undrafted rookies are going to have to do. And I've always befriended these type of guys because they're the maintenance man. They're the hardworking,
hard hat
guys.
Yeah.
No flash and dash.
The glue.
Glue, absolutely, the glue. You know, you got guys that just will do anything in the practice field to make sure they get noticed.
Love those guys.
I love those guys too, because they come untethered. You know what I'm saying? They're just meat and bones.
You know what I think about when I think of street free agents? Like training camp Trammell. That's who I think.
Yeah,
that guy.
but it's a never-end fight.
Just sacrificing his body for every catch.
It's a never-end fight. It's the scout team guy.
It is a scout team guy.
It's the scout team guy.
Now, he's the scout team guy. Now, if you're a starter, you hate those type of guys. You know why? You do. If you're a starter, you hate the scout team type of guys like that because they got nothing to lose.
Right.
And they're coming full speed every day in practice.
I laughed when I heard Bryant McFadden, and we've had him on before. We definitely want to get him on again. But anyway, he was describing a type of player leading up to the draft as a mother-in-law defender. And he's like, you know what I'm talking about? A real nag.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when you have a nagging type of player, he's relentless. He won't stop. And that type of guy,
he makes y'all look bad.
No. I never mind those type of guys because I went full speed anyway. But if you're a seasoned vet and we're in like shirts and shorts and the guys are going for and veterans will always say this, hey man, listen, slow down. You're not gonna make the team in shorts.
Yeah.
But the kids didn't care. I didn't care either, you know, because he's trying to make a name for himself.
Oh, sure he is. Now, let's just at least talk about a few of these guys. And the cool thing is when you look at the number of them, and I've mentioned this a time or two, and Matt, maybe you can expand on it just a little bit, but when you went through this particular year, at least the way it was said leading up to the draft, is that general managers, front offices, they were going to really drill down on who was available or who might be available once 7 rounds of drafting is done. Why? Because the super seniors, the older guys that came through with that extra year of eligibility, there's more quality to the class because of how many more draftable players there were. You follow what I'm saying? And so that's why they said that they needed to really make sure that whoever doesn't get drafted, it's a deeper pool of talent, and they wanted to make sure they zeroed in on some potentials.
That's also, Tony Khan's specialty.
Yeah.
Street free agents.
Yeah.
Those are his guys, man.
Well, I think everybody in every building is trying to prove that he can find that diamond in the rough.
Right.
And we were doing our show earlier today, and there are others that have chimed in on these guys. There's a few from Colorado, Arkansas, North Carolina State, Oklahoma, Duke, Oregon, Minnesota. You got one kid from Elon, and you got Boise State represented, Indiana, Wake, a bunch of schools. But Jabbar Muhammad is a defensive back out of Oregon, 185 pounds, 5'10". A lot of people have been talking about him. Coach will come in and talk about Cameron Silman Craig, who is a safety from Colorado, who also could be one of those guys trying to get noticed. J.J. Jones, a wide receiver from North Carolina. Another kid playing wide receiver from Duke, Eli Pankel. So there's a bunch
Those
of
are
them.
all camp bodies right there.
Yeah, well, they are, but you never know. It's a 90.
You know what I love? I love the guys from like Wisconsin Whitewater.
Yeah.
I like the D2 and D3 guys.
Yeah,
but there's so few of them now on all of these 90 mans. There's so few of them.
Yeah. But all I'm simply saying is that this team, there may be more than camp bodies in the undrafted free agent department. Okay?
Really?
Well, yeah. I'm talking about going all the way through training camp,
right,
and ultimately finding a spot on the practice squad and being able to move up. Because, look, the 53, we could start to project what it looks like right now, but we have no idea what type of player they've identified.
Is the practice squad still at 20? Is that right?
Who?
Practice squad still at 20?
I believe, yeah, because of the...
then a few of these guys will probably get on the practice squad.
Yeah, I thought it had gone to 16. It might have gone up that high, but the idea is that you have developable players. And there's still movement among the Players Association, Leon, that we need to expand the roster because of all the injuries that do take place. It is a 17-game schedule. When it goes to 18, they're really going to put in a demand to have some more players available to them. Maybe still only 53. You're dressing more game day, something like that.
We're adding another game. It's going to be 18 games, right?
Yeah.
Sooner or later.
What do those guys get paid, the practice squad guys?
$200,000 for 4 months.
God.
$50,000 a month.
Yeah. It's a good gig.
Good gig,
get
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're basically $12K a week, something like that, a little bit more than that.
Mm-hmm.
But you are putting yourself out there and doing whatever you can. So if you guys have studied the undrafted free agents, hit us up. You can hit the text line 641-1010, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Let us know if you are going out, and hopefully they'll have it weather-wise where you'll be able to do that. And then who you are looking at, because there's a handful of those guys. Now, the draft class also has to come in and look pretty sharp and be ready to go because they're going to throw a lot at them. They were in meetings today.
Yeah.
They're going to I'm not exactly sure of when they're going to be on the field today. They may already be out there. But anyway, meetings earlier, practice today, same thing tomorrow.
Yeah, they probably came in, probably weighed in. All right. I want to see if you still been working out or lounging these last couple of weeks after the draft. So you get weighed in and all that kind of stuff like that. Then you get a little install. There might be a little, not much, but there's probably some install that go through the different variables of the offense or defense and all that kind of stuff. And
Get
then,
the early jump on everybody else.
Yeah, get the early jump. Yeah, if you're smart,
everybody's learning it.
If you're smart, you're taking notes.
Right.
You're asking questions, all that kind of stuff. You're going to probably watch a little film, and then the coach is going to emphasize what we're looking for in this camp. All energy, enthusiasm, effort, competitiveness. If you're in a group with other guys, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I just tell guys like that, listen, things that you need to do. First of all, you be on time. Give great effort, ask questions, and be excited. This is your first opportunity in a professional football team.
Yes,
You're not in college anymore.
Right.
So they're going to expect you to be professional with everything you do. The workouts, the film, the study, on time, prompt, all that kind of stuff. So this is your first taste of what the NFL is all about.
Yeah, and it's awesome. Travis Hunter, I don't think he'll be wearing pajamas today.
He did.
He was
did
wearing them
at
yesterday.
graduation, yes.
Yeah, which is just beautiful.
He's a character.
I
love it.
And honestly, a first team, two-time
academic All-American.
first team academic All-American. That's doing work.
It's doing
So I know all of Duval's jacked to see him. But, yeah, he'll be out there. And you were mentioning earlier, contract-wise, I believe it's just understood that these guys come in and all of them participate, at least as far as I know. And then they start work because there's a few that have already signed.
Okay, I was just I didn't know if he was signed or not.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit of while for that first.
Well, I would tell Jacksonville, hurry up.
And here's the other
thing. Take your time, hurry up.
Yeah, here's the other thing. A first rounder that was introduced as a wide receiver defensive back, he's already slotted as far as what his dollars go, where he's the money that's already.
Because I think didn't Cam get 43, 5 years, 43, something like that.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
So he's going to be
right
his projection will be right underneath that. Yeah.
But it's that other language that will be in that as far as if he plays X. We'll find out if there is going to be any sticking points because he is saying, hey, I'm more than just a player. Yeah,
I'll be very interested to see that. We got a long time till we get here, but when free agency hits in the market for the wide receiver and DB, which one is he going to
and we
ask for?
We talk about the idea of him maybe being a game changer. You may see guys that play more in college to make sure that they are well suited to come into the National Football League as with that type of versatility, the ability to play 80 plays, both sides of the line of scrimmage. You never know.
He's a groundbreaker, bro.
Yeah, it might very well be.
Yeah.
It's something else. All right, you guys jump in 641-1010. A Florida Home AC Friday. We say thanks to them. They're the official AC partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Make them yours, especially when we're talking about that heat starting to climb towards 90 degrees. Make sure you get that AC tune-up. Real easy. You can log on FloridaHomeAC.com. Check them out and make sure that they get that thing running and humming. Perfect for the summer heat.
Some say they were separated at birth.
Hey, you guys are brothers, huh? Yeah.
Others say they're brothers from different mothers.
Hey, what is this, a family business or what?
They're not twins. They are Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser. Mornings on 1010XL.
Hey, I've got that craving again. How about some Mr. Chubby's wings?
Have you had the Chubby style wings? Grilled to perfection with Chubby's secret seasoning.
You know I have. They are so delicious. I swear you can't find anywhere in town with better wings and better prices on drinks.
So many different specials each night, too. Well, I'm ready to chub it up again.
Me too.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island, the West Side, and now Ponte Vedra Beach. Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
What does your dream backyard look like? Hey, it's Joe C. and my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Visit cssoutdoor.com.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Celebrate Mom with a unique experience this Mother's Day at Wick, a candle bar. Make her own custom candle with over 90 fragrances at Wick, a candle bar in San Marco and Jax Beach.
Takes home the Wanamaker Trophy.
The defending champion says,
Hear updates and coverage of the PGA Championship. Driven by St. John's Middle School Athletic Association and TopDressing.com. Follow the leaders on 1010XL.
Mother's Day is coming, so come to Jacksonville Flower Market and pick the perfect bouquet for the special mom in your life. They even customize the bouquet so it's exactly what she wants. Mention 1010XL and get 15% off. Jacksonville Flower Market off Beach and Southside.
Your home is your sanctuary where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Prosser here. Spring has sprung, and it's a great time to sell your house, but only if you have the very best on your side, and those very best are Chad and Sandy Newman. Spring selling season's here. Rates are down. Activity's up. It's the best time in years to sell your home, in fact, but there are homes sitting on the market. They don't have the right representation. That's where Chad and Sandy step in. Maybe you're worried your home needs repairs or updating and it won't sell for a good price. Maybe your family's growing and you need more space. Whatever the reason that you need to sell your home, Chad and Sandy deliver this promise to you. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Sounds pretty hassle-free to me. Take it from Mike and Rosemary in St. Augustine. We were determined to buy an affordable home in a specific school zone, but we didn't qualify for the loan needed to get one. Chad and Sandy's team worked with the lender, negotiated a higher qualification price, lower interest. It was huge, $200 less per month. Do it today. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not being afraid of the crosses of life. Life can be difficult. Maybe today you're carrying a cross of worry or stress. Let me encourage you to remember that when Christ got on the big cross at Golgotha, he destroyed all the little crosses that we face in our life. He set us free from fear, worry, and anxiety. Our job is not to be carried by the cross, but to be carried by our faith.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Need cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash, and they're ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. And gold market prices are at a record high. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
We love a good feel for your rock and roll Friday, where you come in with just kind of get you going to the weekend. Florida Home AC definitely bringing you the cool on Friday, but you can bring a little rock and roll. RJ is in for JJ today, so RJ the DJ, he's happy to help. Just hit the text line 641-1010. Throw a rock request his way as we head into the weekend. So it is XL Primetime. We'll have Coach Campo coming up with us in just a little bit. Big Search, the Hurricane Hall of Famer. Matty Hayes, you can check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. And Joe C., we appreciate you guys, especially if you get on YouTube, you watch us on XL Primetime. That's much appreciated, that's for sure. All right, so we mentioned the rookie class, and tie it together real quick with the release of Gabe Davis. So when we talk about the idea that these guys are coming in, trying to turn heads, that receiver class, and we just named a couple of them, kid from Duke, kid from North Carolina. There's a handful of them that are coming in right now with an opportunity. You see the release of Gabe Davis, and there's no question that they're telling you it's on.
I will say this. Another guy, Darius Lassiter, a big kid that can run from BYU, 6'2", 210. But I just got some PTSD when the Jags just released a little video of the rookies going out to the field.
Right.
Darius Lassiter's wearing 45. I got a little bit of PTSD there.
That's a scary number.
Yeah.
That's one that hasn't really done a whole hell of a lot here.
No.
Yeah.
That's a blown pick, first-round pick. So it's
Wait a minute, 45 a receiver?
Caleb Vaughn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's wearing
We gotta let
that
that
number.
go, bro. We gotta let it go.
I don't know.
You can't let it go.
I don't know.
The stank is still here. Come on, bro. Let that go. That's
just a little PTSD. That's all. Just a little.
That funk is overdone and over with.
All right. Well, I was going to do another but let's do.
Anyway, he's a good player. He was really good at BYU.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is you're trying to
Big
find
guy that can run.
Yeah. And they're looking for guys with speed and size to change the dynamics in that room.
Well, you almost have to think that some of those receivers are unsigned. You have to be. Listen, I'm not wishing anything upon any of the guys wide receiver, but you got to have some depth if those guys go down.
Yeah.
I mean, you let go Christian, you let go Gabe, let go Evan Ingram. I mean, you need some solid backups. This coaching staff is really putting it on their coaching staff to develop these players to make sure that they're viable backups.
And one of the things that has been said is that one of the reasons they looked at Gabe Davis and said, you know what, this ain't quite exactly where we'd like to be roster-wise. He's expensive. He was hurt. He didn't play that many games, and he ended up getting released. And you look at one of the main reasons why is that if he moves down the depth chart, which is what was happening with Travis Hunter coming in here, he's not a special teams guy.
Right.
So
if he's your 5 receiver, he's not running around on special teams.
Right. And that's
what your 5 receivers got to be.
As far as that goes, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know whether this is 100% true, but I'm just going to give Sleeper Jaguar, who I saw this tweet on X, and I had to at least bring it up. And his math, I have no idea how good or bad it is, but the Jaguars give up $21 million in dead cap in 2025 and 2026 due to the Gabe Davis trade. I don't know if that math has changed once they do the release, but he went and broke down the numbers: $1.6 million per catch, $1.06 million per catch, $500,000 per target, $88,000 per receiving yard, $10.6 million per touchdown, $2.3 million per start. Holy crap.
I mean, also my guess is they probably said, look, you can go through camp. You're not going to be any more than a 5, maybe a 4. Maybe they said, all right, just go. See if you can catch on somewhere else.
Well, they absolutely made that.
I mean, if he was the great guy that Mitch Morse put on social media that he was a great locker room guy and everybody loved him and he played through injury, I'm sure they liked him.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it was, hey, it's not going to work for you here.
Yeah.
Well, they probably did him a solid by letting him go now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think didn't the Giants sign him? I thought I saw something on there that the Giants might have signed him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't. But
look at this.
Might be fake news.
Speaking of the Giants, let's at least hit on that right now, since we were just talking about numbers a minute ago.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So Matt had one of the undrafted rookie free agents coming in wearing 45. Abdul Carter has selected a number, and it ain't 56, Leon. And it ain't 11 up there in Giants land. Number 51, as it says right now, the headline, number 51 is what was available. It will have to grow on me.
I don't know, 51.
I mean, it's only Dick Butkus. I hope it'll grow on him.
Yeah, but in a Giants, uniform, 51 a little different.
I don't know, 51 feels heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy?
Yeah, it feels
like offensive lineman?
Yeah, I'm not a lineman, but it feels like a heavy can't run linebacker, which he's not.
So it feels like can't run linebacker.
But speak to the idea that you did not want him wearing 56.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't come in there and ask for 50. Come on, there's just some things that are just sacrilegious. 56 with the Giants is something that's untouchable, okay? Exactly. It's enshrined.
Yeah.
You don't even let 56 come out your mouth when you deal with the Giants.
Yeah.
You're talking about somebody who revolutionized the position of outside rusher.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, hey, Coach, what about 56? And I like LT's response to it, too.
Yeah. What
he
did he
said?
say?
F no.
Yeah. I'm not giving up my team wearing my number.
F no.
Because there were 2 of them that were retired, 11 and 56. Those are pretty special players for the New York Football Giants. All right, RJ, make sure we got Coach Campo's mic on because the coach is in early, okay? He's hit the timesheet.
Fired up
punched
he is,
in.
man.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I love you guys so much that I just had to get here as fast as I could.
If we're being honest, the main reason he's here It's because It's because he wants his notes back.
That's right. Where'd they go? They disappeared.
Joe's got them, not me. I had them.
Matt had them.
Joe, you said to me, give me those notes. I don't want to lose them. Don't give me that. So I gave you the notes.
I got to make sure. I got them.
Don't even throw that on me, man. Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Boys, listen, I got a lot right here. Don't worry.
I know you do, but I don't want him like he immediately blames me. That's his go-to, by the way, just blaming Matt. No, I think Matt did that.
I think Matt did do it, actually.
Yeah. Well, those
look over there, Leon. See if they're
listen, no, they're not there. But listen, that's like Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Those
I know
notes.
it is. Yeah.
In fact, I heard Matt a little bit using them.
Yes, I did. I gave you credit. I said this is Coach Campo's breakdown.
He was definitely breaking it down. But we're going to look at both sides of the ball. And Coach, as I was telling them earlier, we did the stream. We started looking at a handful of these guys. I want to bring up what PFF said about the overall rookie class. Now, this includes, if you can interpret this a number of ways, but the draft class that Jacksonville put together with the big move. We all know how big that was, moving up to number 2 to get Travis Hunter. But PFF ranks the Jags draft class in the top 10. That's pretty good. And the way they put it together, and you've heard wins above average is one of the metrics. Wins above replacement is what you hear in baseball. But PFF puts a WAA metric together, wins above average, and it helps basically take a look at what a player is worth above an average college football player. That's basically what they're doing. And they're coming up with this metric, a standardized data-driven method of assessing performance. That makes sense to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when you're looking at it, their class ranks 9th in the metric. And they have all the numbers, and I don't pretend to know the numbers that will make sense to everybody, but when you take a look at the way they judged the class, they weighted these numbers highly for a number of guys. Travis Hunter, a score of 86, biggest jolt for the Jaguars, but Wyatt Milam, Jack Kaiser, Jalen McLeod, Raywan Lane, all had good numbers next to their name.
Yeah, so I agree with them.
Yeah.
I don't know about metrics.
Mm-hmm. Right. What was that? You said standardized, data-driven what?
Yeah.
What was that?
It's just they're explaining it.
What was that crap you just said? Standardized, data-driven, something for something.
Data-driven method of assessing performance.
Oh my God!
Hey, you're a writer.
How about like just pushing play on the tape? How about that?
They're coming up with a what? Why do you have to rip someone's system when they're doing the work to put the system out there so you can at least see? Do you rip draft grades?
Their system.
Do you rip draft grades?
No,
when someone puts a draft
grade, I just like
grade,
to laugh at them.
I
just like to laugh
grade?
at something
That's
absurd. That's all. That's absurd. That is absurd. That statement. That's all.
It's not. That's the whole point. It's not. Okay, you have to. They're trying to generate ways of measuring players coming in,
which they've done. They've always done.
They're also trying to generate cash by selling it to teams. Yeah.
I have no idea. They're just putting it on the website. My gosh, man. Just leave it alone. Just go with the actual, just as a metric.
That's part of the problem with scouting now. Is
what do you
people
think,
don't look
Leon?
at tape anymore. They look at these
I guarantee
numbers.
I guarantee you a scout puts a number next to a player's name based on watching tape. Is that not true?
Yeah, that's true.
Sure they do.
Yeah,
sure they do.
That's true.
That's it.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't know what it means. But I would rather have a higher number than a lower number because that at least
depending
shows
on who's giving out the numbers.
Well, but the guys that are doing this are guys that study.
Yeah,
it's not just guys that show up and try.
So if hackers study for 12 hours and said, "This is my what's this again, Joe?
It's
standardized, data driven." Yeah, whatever you call it. Hacker studied for 12 hours and said, "This is my number." Would you say, "All right, I'm going with hacker"?
Well, they've been doing it for years compared to 12
hours. All right, if hacker
hours.
did it for years, would you say, "I'm going with hacker"?
And then the other part of this is I would rather talk about the actual draft class instead of you trying to break down whether or not.
I love you, Hack. I'm not just doing that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just ridiculous when you go down these rabbit holes. All they're doing is coming up with a metric of something. That's it. That's it.
And I'm telling you, that metric is just lame. That's all. Just watch the tape.
But based on what?
Based on what? Based on
what is
based on guys are getting too far away from just watching tape. Tape never lies.
Okay.
Never.
Just as an exercise, if we mention that this is a pretty good class based on their metric, and the guys that were in the front office here drafted them, that means they're doing the work, and the metrics bearing out
Right,
that
and
they drafted
the guys that did the work say, this guy can play, this guy can't.
I don't even know what else to say. I mean, we've done that already, okay? I'm just trying to give you another angle. Not even you necessarily.
Why do you keep arguing this? You're like obsessed with it right now. Seriously.
I'm not actually. I'm just trying to talk to the fans about the class that they've got instead of drilling down on.
I'm not even talking about the Jaguars class. I'm just talking in general.
I know. That's the thing I'm probably most bothered about.
Right, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know about the metrics, but when I look at this draft class, just kind of like what Matt's saying, I watched some highlight tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could go back to Henderson, the DB that we had.
C.J. Henderson, he was one of our biggest misses, Coach.
Yeah, and I liked him.
Me too.
Because I saw highlight tapes.
Yeah, well, you should have saw the analytics then. See what those guys said.
So my point.
Those guys said he was a lot higher than what they picked him, I think, actually.
A lot of people had him up there. Let's just not forget that. As miserable a pick as that was.
My point is that when you look at Mel Kiper, let's just take Mel Kiper as an example. Mm-hmm. He studies players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Shedeur Sanders was way out of line. But the rest of the guys are pretty darn close. If you look at the top 100 or so, I used to say, we had a guy, Rick Goslin, back in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Goose Goslin.
Yeah.
National guy. You know him for sure. Literally, I could have closed my eyes like this and put my finger on somebody and made the pick because he had contacts with people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if those metrics are coming from guys that were ex-coaches, ex-whatever, then they mean something because those metrics came from watching the tape and saying, okay, this guy looks like he's this amount above.
I have figured out that now instead of the ones who poke holes in what the nerd's work is all about, now it's becoming the nerd, okay? Because it's useful.
You saying I'm a nerd, Joe?
No, I'm just saying it's useful material.
You're a nice nerd.
It's useful. We just keep throwing darts at it, and there are people in buildings like the guy that Gladstone brought from L.A. to help him in that draft room does all this
He's
stuff.
an analytics guy.
He does all this stuff.
Right.
Sure. And they find guys. They pass on the Braden Fisk because of the short arm. They don't pass on the Braden Fisk because of the short arms. They study the tape.
Right. You know why they don't pass on him? Right. Because the metric of the short arms? Because they watch the tape and say, the guy can play.
The whole thing is you come together with what you think is this guy above average as a player. I'm
just making fun of the name. Yeah. The name. The standardized, data-driven.
I can see that.
Yeah. You're the writer, man. Okay?
What do you think, Leon?
Yeah, you should appreciate some of that stuff. It's unbelievable. All right.
Leon's in my boat. He just watched the tape, man.
Leon's not even getting in on it.
I'm old school.
Yeah.
Wait, he just watched the tape.
I'm repeating myself.
You block, you tackle, you throw, you run, you catch.
I'm repeating myself. The only way they give them a rating is by watching the tape.
True. Facts.
Okay? That's it. Okay? That's how they looked at Jonah Monheim and said, hey, he's got an above average grade. That's how they looked at Wyatt Milam. He's got an above average.
We spent way too much time on this because I was just making fun of the name.
I know. It's just unbelievable. I wanted Coach to talk about the draft class. I want Leon to talk about the draft class. You to talk about the guys you know so we can get fans a little more excited as opposed to not.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yes. It is XL Primetime.
We're all man's men here, right?
Your home for Florida Gators baseball is 1010XL.
The Rowdy Reptiles make a trip to Texas for a weekend series with the #1 team in the nation, Gators Longhorns. Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon on 1010 AM.
From humble origins on Beach Boulevard to the grandeur of the old homestead, Takaloo has bucked the odds, selling cheap tacos and even cheaper beers since 2008. I'll be the first to lament that nothing is cheap anymore, but much has not changed in 17 years. Bangin' Shrimp still rocks, margaritas flow day and night, and we love to see old friends and make new friends every day. You can still spin the wheel or sit outside on the patio in the sun with friends and family. It's been a ton of fun, and we have you, Jacksonville, to thank for 17 years. Takaloo in Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local woman-owned solar company. Did you hear? JEA is raising rates again. With summer right around the corner, those power bills are only going to go up. But with solar, you can take control of energy costs and say goodbye to rising rates. At Clay Solar, we make switching easy and affordable. Stop paying more for power and own it. Visit claysolar.com to schedule a consultation today.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my successful back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Need the right tools for the job without the full-time price tag? Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach is what you need when you need it. From heavy machinery for commercial projects to weekend projects at the house, we've got you covered. We've been serving Jacks for 50 years. Visit Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach, just behind Aqua East Surf Shop, or call today. We also have event rentals too. Tucker Equipment Rentals. Tools you need without the price tag of purchasing.
Denny Thompson here. If you haven't heard, Tyson Sound and Security has a house built right inside their showroom, showcasing complete home automation and security systems. You have to see it to believe it. This setup can recognize intruders who approach your door and alerts them to leave if there's a break-in. Keep your family safe with the most state-of-the-art technology. Tyson Sound and Security, your security, home theater, and home automation experts. New showroom at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 9, 1987, Baltimore Orioles MLB first baseman Eddie Murray is the first player to switch hit home runs in 2 consecutive games.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
Plumbing problems? AC not blowing? Septic tank doing whatever septic tanks do? Don't call 3 different companies and play contractor roulette. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. Waddle over to duckduckrooter.com. When you're stuck, call the duck.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WEALTH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
Put your loving hand down, baby. I'm
Dave was coming up.
Who is this, Dave?
Frankie.
Yeah, he gets some little Frankie Valley.
I don't even have to say Valley.
Yeah.
It's Frankie.
Frankie Valley when Coach comes in. So it was cool rock back then.
That's got a little vibe to it, RJ. It's got like a little, a little funk, Leon.
Well, that wasn't his. That one there is a more modern.
Yeah.
That one's a more modern song.
Well, that was towards the end.
Yeah.
Little edge.
Yeah.
The Four Seasons were stepping into the 70s at that point.
Exactly right.
If you go back and watch the Jersey Boys, which is a great piece of cinema and
I can dig it.
Broadway.
I can dig it.
Yeah. And Frankie, by the way, he was having to pay back debts left and right to the mafia. So he needed as many hits as he could get his hands on. And he still was performing at what age?
91 or 92.
When did we find out Willie Nelson was it?
92,
right?
Yeah.
Willie Nelson is 92.
92, bro. He's got 2 shows here this summer.
Goodness gracious.
And it's Willie Nelson and it's called Willie Nelson and Family and Friends or whatever. But
it's Willie Nelson and his stool's what it is.
And he sits on the stool. And his son plays a bunch and the family and others around him. But I just can't imagine. Like
I bet it's great.
Yeah. It's awesome if he if he gets on the bus and
I think he's actually singing. I don't know that Frankie sings all the songs. I think he does sing some, but some of it's lip sync.
Really?
Oh,
Willie Nelson's 92.
Yeah.
He's proof that smoke-filled rooms keep you alive.
Oh, it's the truth. And what he's smoking keeps you alive.
The cigar lounge.
There it is.
And I think he said something to the effect of that he was scaling it back.
Really?
He wasn't going to have as much.
He's outlasted all the highwaymen by a long way.
Yeah.
Long way.
And you can go back to Waylon and Willie and just so many.
Waylon and Cash and Chris Christopherson. They've all been dead for, decades.
Yeah, long time.
Wow.
I don't know how long Waylon stuck around, but yeah. I remember seeing him at the Florida Theater, and he got up there, and he doesn't move around very much. And this was 20-some years ago. And he basically just picked and sang for 45 minutes, stopped and took one drink and then played for another 45 minutes. And he put a Jaguar hat on after he took the drink, and everyone went nuts, and the rest is history. There was nothing else that he did other than flat play music for you, and it was the best.
Nice.
He was something. That's for sure. All right, let's just use this as a segue, RJ, if you don't mind, with that.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, we're definitely getting back into the metrics with the Jags coming up here in just a second. But Awful Announcing has sent out their tweet. North Carolina denies banning Bill Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, from the facility. So this is a hot and heavy one up there in Chapel Hill. What is the latest, Matt Hayes, as far as what's going on?
So allegedly, according to Pablo Torre, former ESPN writer, now has his own podcast. He said he had 2 sources that told him that Jordan, Bill's muse, girlfriend, significant other, was told by university officials that she can no longer be in the football facility or around the practices and stuff. Because of course during the spring, she was seen at spring practices wearing a
she wasn't just seen, she
sequin
was running.
robe.
Yeah, she was running the practice. She put the punter in punt protection. Okay, she was running it.
And it made it very clear in their release. I'll pull it up. They made it very clear that Jordan is Bill Belichick's, what do they call her? Hang on, let me pull this out.
Well, he's very close to her professionally and personally.
Jordan Hudson is not an employee at the University of Carolina Athletics. She is welcome to the Carolina football facilities, the school sent a statement. Jordan will continue to manage all activities related to Coach Belichick's personal brand outside of his responsibilities for Carolina football and the university.
It's interesting.
I've heard a lot about her. I've heard a lot about her from the sources out there, the people that went to school with her and all that.
And
that's who she is. I mean, she is definitely smart. She's I don't think the term is social climber, but the term is she is a forward thinker. Let me put it that way. So she orchestrated a lot of this. I guarantee you.
So this is, and real quick, Leon.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is from Pablo Torre. Okay. Quote, the University of North Carolina can choose to describe it or change its position on Jordan Hudson's involvement however it wishes. Following the publication of our episode, we requested comment and filed dozens of FOIA requests, that's Freedom of Information Act, requests that were not satisfied. And we stand by the specific reporting in our episode, which came from the highest levels of the football program.
Mm-hmm. So wait a minute.
So the highest levels of the football program are Belichick.
Yeah.
And guess who?
Jordan.
No.
Well, as far as an influencer there.
Lombardi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's his general manager. That I understand. But when you say highest level, I would think it's above.
No, the Carolina football program.
Okay, okay. Because I still would think AD still has to pyramid ahead of.
No, Lombardi's bigger than the AD right now. Especially Bubba. Bubba's like completely kneecapped.
Just on the face, and not even saying you're wrong. If they let Michael Lombardi walk back into the college football world and become the most powerful man in the football office, they made a huge mistake, and they're idiots for doing that if they did.
One of the many.
Yeah.
One of the many.
It's just, I don't understand that.
And that's damage control.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, could it be Bubba? Absolutely it could be Bubba. Bubba has been so minimized by this whole thing. Absolutely he could be one of the sources. I'm not saying he is.
Right.
But I wouldn't be shocked at all if it was him.
So, Coach, let me ask you this question now. You know, you with Jimmy and Miami and with the Cowboys. So you're trying to tell me when y'all get up in the mornings at 6, when y'all work out and eat, and then y'all had a pre-meeting before the team meeting, that Jordan is in this meeting with Belichick? Please don't tell me that. So.
Oh, no. I mean.
I'm just saying, but if she's having this kind of influence on the program where she's on the field and coaching and directing.
Oh, I would bet she's been in team meetings.
And that's a brand.
I could never think of that.
That would be.
There's no way she's in team meetings.
Why do you think no way?
You
don't think she's just sitting to the side? Not directing anything, just sitting to the side, listening?
Don't know. Maybe the players don't mind.
No, I'm talking about we always have a team meeting, but the coaches always have a meeting before the team meeting. Yeah. I'm saying that when
the coaches meeting,
okay. She could be there.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
asking. Out of hand. That's honestly
that'd be out of hand.
I have no idea, but I would hate to think that that's the case.
Yeah, me too.
You know, the brand is one thing, but the game of football is the game of football. His brand, whatever he does on the side, that's one thing. But
he's a busy man. He's going to need an oxygen bottle to carry along with him soon. Unbelievable.
And if they heard it if the guy heard it from
two
reliable sources
at the top of the Carolina football program,
that's North Carolina appeasing Belichick and saying, "Hey, we never said that." That's a damage control.
Exactly what it is. Yeah.
Somebody said something that they weren't supposed to say, and it might be true.
Yeah. Or they said it and then it got out.
Yeah.
And they didn't want it. They didn't want it to get out because they had to have said it at some point.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
Women weaken legs, Rock.
Women weaken legs, Rock. It's the truth. It's the truth. All right. So we need to get back to
We're
the Jags.
skirting the draft pretty good here today.
Waylon Jennings passed in 2002. May he rest in peace. Thank you for reminding me of that because I love
more than
Waylon.
2 decades, and I think Chris Christopherson was the last to die.
Really?
Most recent.
Waylon and Willie back. I love it. And there's one great story. Whenever they do I keep telling you to watch this one-off where they basically show a documentary that Lionel Richie hosts, We Are the World, the making of We Are the World.
I remember that.
It is a great piece. Waylon in the middle of the night gets up and walks out. He's the only one that got up and walked out. He just didn't understand what the hell was going on and why it was taking so long. Oh. And so I'm sure he probably regretted that at some point, that he wasn't part of one of the greatest. And he might have.
No, he probably didn't regret it. Actually.
Yeah, maybe not. But he might have still even been in the video or song or whatever. But he got up and walked out.
If you're Waylon, you really don't regret about anything.
And then
anything.
And then I loved him, man. He was
best.
He was great. But Willie, one of our texters talking about he smokes less now. Willie just stating the obvious. The stuff's so much stronger now. You don't need as much. That's for sure. All right. So
what do you call that? Hubbly bubbly?
Hubbly bubbly, yeah.
Yeah. He loves it. He loves it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into a couple of things with Coach while he's here, just as far as some of the notes that he does have on players, especially if you are going to be able to get out to minicamp tomorrow, just an idea of what you're looking for. We have had a number of texters, Coach, that like a handful of these guys that are going to be out there that do have a chance to step in and maybe turn some heads. And look, we've had plenty of success stories as far as guys coming from the butt into the roster and making making plays and turning heads. So we'll get into that coming up. Florida Home AC Friday. You guys are more than welcome to jump in 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can jump in the YouTube chat. Give RJ the DJ a song request. We did have one from 3 Doors Down that we definitely will do because he pointed out that lead singer for 3 Doors Down is diagnosed with cancer, and we're talking serious cancer. So prayers up for 3 Doors Down.
Now, another classic moment in Jags history.
Can the Jaguars survive? Garrard's going to run for the first down and a lot more.
1010XL.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
It's the NBA playoffs, and Hurricane Grill and Wings has slam dunk specials like $3.75 Miller Lite drafts with 30 bold wing flavors, ice cold drinks, handcrafted cocktails, and big screens everywhere. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Prosser here. It's a great time to sell your home, and I got just the people to sell it for you. Spring selling season is here. Rates are down, activity's up. Now's the best time in years to sell your home. Some homes are sitting on the market, though. Hiring an expert who can maximize your equity and minimize your hassle, that's the key. And I've been telling you who those experts are. Are you listening? I recommend Chad and Sandy Newman. Go to chadandsandy.com, the local real estate experts you can trust with the sale of your home. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. So whatever problems you think you have, I've got you this promise. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. There you go. Simple as that. Christopher on Anastasia Island. My home was too big for my needs. I wanted someplace smaller and easier to manage. I got multiple offers and sold in 3 days with Chad and Sandy. You can too at chadandsandy.com or 904-414-6200.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Put the ball in the net with 60 minutes of soccer talk. The Coaches Show presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor. Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
Spring is in the air. Time to wake up your lawn with Heroes Lawn Care. Say goodbye to pesky mosquitoes with their organic and spray treatments. Perfect for outdoor fun. Keep your lawn clean and fresh with their pet waste removal for homes and businesses. Heroes Lawn Care takes care of it all. From mowing, edging, fertilizer, to irrigation, and much more. Visit heroeslawncare.com.
Fantastic news here. Due to overwhelming response, Beers Diamonds extending their amazing earring and bracelet sale for Mother's Day. Hicken here. So now through Mother's Day, you can still save up to 40% off diamond earrings and diamond tennis bracelets. It's Beers' most ambitious offer ever, and response has been incredible. The corporate-owned big box stores can't touch these prices. Beers locally owned, man. Say hi to the Lupos when you go over there. The freedom to give you pricing you deserve. Highest quality diamond jewelry. Celebrate the mothers in your life with with something they'll appreciate for decades to come. They also have special pricing on other Mother Day favorites, including colored gemstones, pearls, pendants, and fashion jewelry. Beards Diamonds, your destination for making this Mother's Day truly special. Don't miss Beards Diamonds' biggest sale ever. Up to 40% off Beards' already beatable value price. Now through Mother's Day at the Town Center. Only locally owned jeweler. It's Beards Diamonds.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080.
The Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa is the perfect place for indulging in a pampering spa treatment. This Mother's Day season, give the gift of wellness with a gift card and take advantage of the spa's current promotion. Buy a $75 gift card or more and guests get a credit towards a future service. With healing massages, revitalizing facial treatments, and more, a day at the Sawgrass Spa makes a perfect gift for everyone. Purchase in person at Sawgrass Spa during operating hours.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by USAPark.net. All 5 starters from the Florida's national champion men's basketball team will participate in either the NBA Draft Combine or the NBA G League Elite Camp in Chicago. Activities are beginning today. Walter Clayton Jr., Alex Condon, and Elijah Martin all received invitations to the NBA Draft Combine, which is going to run from May 11th to the 18th. Will Richard, and Ruben Chinyelu were invited to the NBA G League Elite Camp. That'll start today through the 11th. A select number of players from the G League Elite Camp will earn invitations into the NBA Draft Combine. The number 2 Florida State baseball team will travel to face Cal in their final road series of the regular season. All 3 games will broadcast live on ACC Network Extra. 87 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
Earlier that the singer for Three Doors Down diagnosed with cancer, and it's late. It's stage 4, according to our texter. So prayers up, and definitely Three Doors Down, one of the great rock and roll bands that I was treated to coming through the 90s and on. And welcome to Rockville. Everyone's looking forward to that. For sure, coming up in just a couple weeks' time. All right, it's XL Primetime. We got our head coach, Dave Campo, hanging out with us. Big Searcy, Maddie, Joe C., along with RJ today. If you want to jump in with a song request to kind of get you going on a Friday, get you fired up. Some good rock and roll. We love it. We need it. So bring it. 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. So we were talking a little bit about some of these guys, Coach, and there's already folks that have chimed in on the text line, taking a look at these rookies and what some of these guys can do. Caleb Branshaw is one of the most intriguing prospects because where are they going to move him to? How are they going to line him up? What are they going to ask him to do? So just kind of take us from, like, once they walk in, because Leon was talking about going to class early in the day and then getting out on the practice field. They're throwing a fair amount at him, are they not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What you try to do is, in this part right now with the rookies, is to give them a little jump. I heard Leon say that earlier today. Give them a little jump on when the veterans get in there for OTAs, because you throw basically everything at those guys in the OTAs, and then you throw it back at them again during training camp.
Right.
So, they hear it twice, and then they do it in the preseason, and that's why, to me, I think it hurts them with the young guys making the team. The best thing they did was put this number on the practice squad, because it used to be just 6 or 7 guys or whatever.
Now we're at 17 is the number. That includes that designation for one of the guys.
So 17, 10 must be rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
so, okay.
what that does really is, I heard you guys in the early segment talking about, how many these guys have to show what they do and all that. They do, absolutely, and they have to do it fast. But if I'm coming in, the first thing I'm looking at is I'm going to make this practice squad. Not that I'm going to come in here and unseat one of these guys, because it's
I got
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
There's going to be 3 or 4 guys because of special teams and back into the roster that make this team. As 53 or whatever, the guys that are going to play. I'm fighting to make sure I'm one of those 17 guys.
Like win a battle before you win the war.
Absolutely.
Kind of deal.
And that's what you have to do. And here's a good exercise going forward. If you want to see what these guys are, look at the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th rounds of the NFL in the past.
Right.
When it was 12 rounds.
Right.
Because you're going to find a pretty decent number of guys over the course of years that make the team. I'm talking about when there was no practice squad.
Yeah.
They make the football team from those rounds. And that's what you're dealing with these guys, these 20 guys or whatever that they just signed.
And these players have to also understand that the coaching staff, when they give them all the information, they're giving them to them to see if they study.
Yeah.
They give them a lot of, they're giving them a lot of information.
Yeah.
And what a lot of the kids, it's not only just the physical attributes, but the mental attributes are going to be just as important. So when the coaching staff give you all this information, trust and believe the next day you're going to be tested on it.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be tested on it because coaches are going to
test.
They're going to tell you. Well, I tell you what the coach used to do with us. You got to study that book. And what I used to do is when I get the whole playbook, I don't know how I did it, but I could memorize the whole playbook in one day.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
You got a photo memory?
Yeah, I could memorize the whole book.
Yeah, see, that's the hard thing.
You got a photographic memory?
I used to.
I just came.
I was going to say, we got to find a way to use that.
I was just testing him to see whether he had it or not. We definitely need that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. All right. So one of our Primetimers texts in, and we've heard from a number of them. You guys could keep it coming if you did make it out to practice. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Guys coming back from rookie mini camp. Ransaw working with safeties, looking great. McLeod looks a bit out of shape. But it looks like it's down to Cephas and Lassiter for a wide receiver 5 position. And look, these are all of our scouts that are out there right now. Exactly where it goes. But Cephas was a guy that was brought in last year, and he had decent speed, wiry guy. You want to see if he puts weight on that frame and what he can do, because all these guys, it's not just a one and done and you're gone.
No.
Lassiter averaged 16 yards a catch last year at BYU.
Yeah.
And he had 12 career touchdowns there. He's a tall, long guy.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about him is his 40 time. His 40 time's up there like at 4.63, 4.64, something like that. Yeah, they went for big guys.
Yeah.
With the receivers, and they went for speed for the majority of them. So it's going to be interesting to see, to be honest with you.
All right, hit a couple of those other wide receivers that you have that you like, because we were talking about the Duke kid and the North Carolina kid earlier.
Well, the Duke kid, I watched the highlight tape on him. He's a productive guy, and he's a tough guy. They like that kid. I believe. Heck, he's a 4.33 40 guy. That excites me.
Right.
When you see a guy that can run that fast, he's a competitor. He loves the game of football. I think he's got a chance. I really do. A guy like that has a chance. I think Lassiter has a chance because he's got the name, he's got the genes. His brother plays at Kansas right now as a DB. His father obviously played for a long time.
Right.
So I like him. The other guy, this Brayboy kid, runs a 4.45, 4.47 40 from Elon. That's the kind of guy you're talking about. The guys that they brought in have some size.
Yeah.
They have some speed, and They have the love of football, the length and the love of football.
Yeah. And they got I would think little markers, identifiers that you're looking for. And it's like check. Keep an eye on him. That type of guy.
Right. So Coach, these guys that they're going after in undrafted free agents, I mean, these essentially are guys that they're signing to fill up their practice squad and get those other guys up out of there, right?
Yeah.
From the old regime.
Yes.
I mean, that's
these
the way
are their guys.
Yeah,
that's what they're thinking.
This should be their mentality. Listen, we need to clear the checkboard of all these other guys and get them up out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we would go through the last couple of years, and I would keep an eye on 2 or 3 guys that had a chance to make it onto the 53, and they didn't quite make it. They'd stay on the practice roster. But then you would have a guy like Jeremiah Ledbetter that was able to move up. And, heck, James Robinson a few years back, obviously, he was able to step into a starter's role. But, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Upgrade, raise the floor.
Yeah. And we say this all the time. I mean, we know this. I'm not saying anything that's different. The 5th wide receiver and the 4th safety and whatever number they keep, the last 2 of the corners – they're special teams players. That's it.
Yeah.
So when they bring in guys that have the intangible rich guys, there's a chance that these guys unseat some guys that might be better receivers than they are. We see it all the time. You look at it and you say, well, gee,
Tim Jones.
Yeah, Tim Jones.
Beat out a couple guys that were better receivers than him.
The best way you could describe them is bottom of the wide receiver chart, to your point, is Tim Jones. Bottom of the safety chart is Daniel Thomas. Those 2 are core 4.
That's an example of it. And I guarantee you that the 6th and 7th corners, how many they kept, are also on the gunners and kick returners or whatever they are.
And the last linebacker.
That's who they are. The linebackers.
Yeah.
The reason they bring in linebackers, a lot of times they need those guys for special teams.
Right.
Those are the core special teams guys. They're bigger. If they got decent.
Especially if they can run. Yeah.
And they're strong. They're bigger and stronger. The punt team, all that. Those are key guys.
We joke about Trammell, but he might have a leg up in this competition because they know him.
Well, especially if he's they know him.
He spent 2 years with him.
But he comes from the Rams, and so there is definitely that crossover.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Luke Fortner with Liam at Kentucky. But this is a whole nother level. Trammell, towards the end of 23, was their punt returner in L.A.
Yeah.
He was the Rams punt returner. So you are correct. They have knowledge of this guy there and here. And so now, new set of eyes. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that.
He did fumble a punt here, though.
Well, yeah, he did. He was given an opportunity, but he came back and made a catch after that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He did.
But Heath Farwell knows him.
Yeah.
And he's the guy that they kept. The special teams coordinator.
Yeah, and I'm still counting on some of those guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm counting on Mason Smith. I'm counting on him being a player. That's it. And I think they are as well because they didn't go get one. I think if they were trying to get, they were trying to get from what I understand, they were trying to get a pass rusher, and it didn't fall right. So they got what's the kid?
McLeod.
Yeah, I'm thinking McBride for some reason.
Who apparently came.
He said he came in a little heavy. Our scouts have identified.
He might, but
come on, man.
But Agba, it was their way. They had to sign Agba because they couldn't get the guy that they really wanted.
Right. Whereas last year they couldn't get anything in the draft and then didn't sign anyone.
That's correct. But the defensive interior, they brought in a bunch of guys in that 20 deal. Including some pass rushers.
Just to see if somebody would stick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're counting on the guys that are there right now at that position.
And once you get to a point where we get to all see these guys and get an idea of what they look like, then you're going to see if there is a true level of talent uptick.
Yeah.
And when do you finally see that? I don't know when you finally see
it. Minicamp, probably.
But honestly, I thought Jacksonville looked okay against the Bucs last year.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was one of the better litmus tests because it was team versus team. And I thought they looked okay.
Yeah. And you don't know. You don't know until the games start, really. I'm talking about the preseason game. That's why I don't like them going to 2 preseason games and all that.
Yeah.
Because you really don't get a feel for some of those young guys. It's hard for those guys to make it.
Yeah, I don't like that either, Coach, because, the undrafted free agents or the late round draft pick, you want to be able to evaluate them a little longer, and 2 games is not enough. Yeah. Now the squads, the intermediates
playing
battles,
against other people.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I like that.
That's kind of their deal.
Yeah, that's
the
kind
way
of their
they're
deal.
doing it now.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're only given 2 preseason games and you're a 6th round, 7th round draft pick, I mean, you only got so many opportunities to impress.
Did you see Dion wants to Colorado?
Yeah, he wants.
I don't know what'll ever happen, but he wants to play Belichick in training camp.
Yeah, I don't see why.
Because of the NFL mentality. Get play. That's how
because
evaluate.
because I'm not be honest with you. I mean, you go up against each other every day, it becomes mundane.
Yeah, right.
But if you go up against another team and like a scrimmage or something like that, you get after it pretty good.
Yeah, that's why it's going to be hard, Joe. To be honest with you, to look at these guys and say, "Well, this guy has a chance or that guy has a chance." I'll give you an example. Monheim, the kid from USC. Okay, when I read his stuff, I said, well, the weakness is he doesn't have a great anchor. His punch is not
He's
that great.
missing big A's and big thighs.
He does not have big ass big thighs, but he's very athletic.
And
he's got the frame, right?
Yeah, exactly. But when you hear who he is, loves football,
right?
Hard worker. He's going to do all these things.
Team captain.
That's what team captain. Yeah. That's what they went for. That's what those are the kind of guys.
Intangibly rich.
So you can't guarantee that kid's not going to. The first thing I thought was that sounds like Fortner to me, except he may have those things that they're looking for, and that's the decision they made.
Sounds like.
Are you telling me that Jacksonville's not long for Cole Van Lannon? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I'm not putting him in at center.
Yeah.
Who
are you saying?
No, I was saying no anchor, quick, loves football. That sounds like Stepanowski to me, don't it, Coach?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a good. That's a good.
And that's
Step out a little anchor later in his career.
That's
he
the
did.
point. So we really can't say, this guy. He's just a guy.
No.
If they've made the right decision, we're going to find out what kind of drafters they are. To be honest with you,
Leon said it going into the draft. Yeah, you fell out of the first round. You can. I'm not using your words, but if you get drafted, you're a good player.
You're a good player in the NFL.
Yeah.
You're among the 1%.
And if you add to that that you got those intangibles, that makes you gives you a shot to make it. And that's
so then you think don't let me put words in your mouth. And I think I heard Leon say this too. That Fortner's got a chance then because Liam knows him.
I think that gives him
the same thing, didn't you?
I said, opportunity is presenting itself because he's got a clean slate now. Yeah. I mean, because he was already dinged here.
Immediately. It was all his fault.
He was already dinged here as a scapegoat.
They cut him. They had him gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now he's got a new regime, he's got a clean slate. It will be incumbent upon him to go out there and shine.
Yeah, well, he
clearly is that intangible rich guy.
Yeah, he was the poster boy for bad. Liam had him at least for a year, and so it just gives him that little extra leg up, another opportunity, a reset button, however you want to say it. But Jonah Monheim comes in 6'5", 310 pounds, and we're going to find out whether or not Luke wasn't necessarily putting as much muscle on his frame as they wanted him to. The new strength and conditioning coach can have something to say about that. But the unfortunate thing for Luke is that he started 34 games and did not improve the way that they wanted him to. And in the third year, he became liability. And he was the poster boy for blame. There's no question about it. Blame him. That's what it was.
I mean, Javon Foster saw that draft and thought, okay, I might be on a short leash here.
I still want to see what Foster even is.
So do I. I still think you could see a guy coming in year 2 and he's completely reshaped his body and he's different.
And he's a big cat, too.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, you don't go one and done.
No.
Not when you bring in a young guy, and especially with these guys have made the decision that they want to go with young guys and develop them.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why Gabe's not here, and that's why Ingram's not here, and that's why Kirk's not here. They're doing it because they feel
that's why a couple others won't be here shortly.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
And Monheim was snapping for Caleb Williams when he was on his way to winning the Heisman.
Yeah.
So he's been in a good offense, an offense that is suited for what you'd like to do on this next level. 52 games, 46 starts, definitely played, and he played right tackle as well as center.
Yep.
And so he does have that versatility, 12 at left, 12 at right, 12 at center, 4 games at right guard. So we'll see what that represents.
Well, let me ask for all 4 of you guys, honestly, with questions like that to a guy like Monheim, and you're saying that we don't have enough games in preseason to really be able to evaluate these guys on the field playing against other, top-tier talent in the NFL. How much more important does training camp become to those late-round guys to be able to show something to make the team?
Massive.
Absolutely.
It's freaking everything.
Yeah, you if you're a late round guy, in my opinion, you got to steal reps.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to steal reps.
Not wait for training camp. Don't wait for training camp.
No. Yeah.
It's
right
today, tomorrow.
You got to steal reps. I'm talking about when they say second group in, you got to be there. You got to be in there. You got to be moving. You snooze, you lose. Yeah, you got. Yeah. If I'm a late round pick, and I'm trying to make this roster, I'm stealing reps.
Yeah.
Second team reps. Now, you can't steal first team.
Right.
But second team reps, when they ask for guys.
How do you steal it? What do you do?
You just run in there. And
they'll yell.
Have the coach tell you got to come out.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting back waiting for nobody. I'm going in there. Hey, the coach has to say, hey, listen, out Searcy. I say, okay, well, I'm in here. You call twos. I ain't never been twos, but I'm saying if you call twos, I'm in there.
Yeah, because the coach, they'll get over and they'll do their notes afterwards and say, you see 62? He keeps
they talk about every guy after practice. They come in and they actually have the scouts in there and everybody. They talk about every player, what they did that day.
Now, don't steal reps and play bad.
Yeah, right. You got it. The athletic. Well, the athletic has to the athletic has to correspond a little bit with the intangible rich. You know, I mean,
because it shows you're in shape, you're ready, and you know what your assignment is. Our assignment is to keep it rolling right here on XL Primetime, Florida Home AC Friday. Plenty of rock requests coming RJ's way. Keep them coming. 641-1010. Get a little fire in your belly on a Friday.
Hear the big moments and game-changing plays.
That is another pick six. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here for South State Bank. South State has helped our businesses and charity grow and thrive. Whether you're expanding your operations, managing cash flow, or planning for the future, South State Bank offers forward-thinking, tailored solutions to meet your unique business needs. With expert guidance and best-in-class service, South State is here to help you move your business forward. Visit southstatebank.com or stop by your local branch today. Let South State become your partner in taking your business to the next level. That's South State Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, I've got that craving again. How about some Mr. Chubby's wings?
Have you had the Chubby style wings? Grilled to perfection with Chubby's secret seasoning.
You know I have. They are so delicious. I swear you can't find anywhere in town with better wings and better prices on drinks.
So many different specials each night, too. Well, I'm ready to chub it up again.
Me too.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island, the West Side, and now Ponte Vedra Beach. Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Sometimes you agree with him, sometimes you don't.
On the runway, I'm coming in hot.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Frangie Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Lou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WEALTH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WEALTH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors to get the job done right, Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit Coastal Equipment for a demo today.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road and in McClenny.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner with honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 877-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler, and this Mother's Day, we'd like to help you celebrate Mom with up to 40% off our entire inventory. GIA-certified natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds, beautiful colored gemstones, designer brands, custom jewelry design, and Monahan Jewelers offers interest-free financing on any purchase, so get something special with a payment you can afford. Come celebrate Mom with fine jewelry at up to 40% off at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Warm weather means the beach, fishing, golf, and more. Make sure to drop into Daly's and grab a cold case to go. From Bud Light to their seltzer, from Mick Ultra to Modelo, or your favorite crafts like Old City or Sweetwater. Grab and go at your local Daly's.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
I like to read the tea leaves from time to time and see what's coming. But I also like hearing from our XL Primetimers, and it's not reading the tea leaves necessarily, but I just get a feel for who our dudes and dames are that listen to XL Primetime. There's some slingers, okay? They're out there working. They're getting it done. We're talking blue collar, white collar. They're closing deals. They're making hay, and they're bringing some good rock and roll to us on a Friday. So keep it going, 641-1010. Absolutely love it. You guys can throw some good rock suggestions RJ's way. You're fired up. There have been some that have been out at minicamp today. A bunch will be out there tomorrow, hoping like heck the weather holds up. Coach, you're going to be out there.
Yes.
We'll be able to see it. And it's an opportunity to start to identify what this team looks like going forward. But, yeah, you need some ballers. You need some dudes that understand what the commitment level is. You guys were in the break talking about the commitment level that you had to show way back when. Mm-hmm. And it was endless, right? It was endless. Every time you thought you had done enough to prove something, someone was going to challenge you again. And as crazy as it sounds, that's the road you're on if you're going to be a successful ball player.
What these rookies have to understand is that the NFL is a revolving door, all right? Mm-hmm. There is no safe haven. The minute you get comfortable is the minute you're out the league. You can never be comfortable because every year the NFL is cycling other people in there to take your position. So you got to be at your very best day in and day out, every year upon every year. That's what makes the NFL so great.
We talk about it with any sport.
Yeah.
And Jerry Rice would go to work every single offseason. Yeah. Calais Campbell, the great story Joe Rose told. Joe Rose, former Miami Dolphin, and does radio down there with the in South Florida. Anyway, he said he was running up a mountain, a little small mountain, Camelback in Arizona, and he looks up at the top of the mountain, and Calais Campbell has run up that mountain because and it was in his 12th, 13th year, whatever it was, just still doing whatever work it would take to make sure you were right.
Listen, the most important work is the work that's done where nobody's applauding.
Yeah.
It is. That the work you put in where nobody's applauding, that's the most important work. I mean, the applause come later, but the work that you put in where nobody's clapping, nobody's there, but that's the work that counts.
And we're going to find out, obviously, very soon what these guys look like and what the energy level is. Travis Hunter, at least what we heard from a few of our guys, that he's out there working on his route tree, doing a lot of different things. You don't necessarily want to test and push him too much right now, but you still want to see what he's capable of on both sides of the ball, right?
Yeah. He's going to get work individually with both. And the biggest thing to me is going to be the mental aspect of it. You know, it's just, I mean, he's a smart guy. I mean, he finished with a perfect score in college.
Yeah. Two-time academic All-American.
Yeah, 4.0. They can't get any better than that. So he's smart.
Leon and I tried to add our GPA
2.4.
Well, I can't.
To see if we could get there.
2.4, baby.
Yeah.
Mine was 2.8 going in, 2.8 going out.
And I finished at 2.9. That was it.
And I was damn proud of it. That's for sure. All right. So speaking of that, let's just test some knowledge right now. The ukulele, please, if you don't mind, RJ. See if you guys can get a little perfecto today.
Perfecto!
It'll get you in a good mood if you get something right going into the weekend, but this one's a tester, that's for sure. So we go from the Atlantic to Pacifico with a delicious Mexican lager found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life anchors up. Head into the weekend and pick up some Pacifico. You will love it, that's for sure. All right, draft picks from the same college, okay? Draft picks from the same college. The only school, I don't know if you guys can name these guys, but try it. The only school to produce 4 quarterbacks drafted within the first 4 picks. See if you can name them. In the common draft era.
I think it's Stanford. I think it's Andrew Luck, John Elway, Jim Plunkett, and who's the 4th one? Shoot.
Name the school that you're talking about.
Stanford.
Yep.
Andrew Luck, John Elway, Jim Plunkett. There's another one. In the first round, you're saying?
First four picks.
First 4 picks. Those 3 were all in the first 4 picks.
Okay, that's not easy. When you step it up to first, there have been a bunch that have been drafted multiple in the first round, but we're talking first.
There's another one,
picks.
Leon.
I got no shot. So
no?
From Stanford?
None, Coach?
Yeah, there's another one from Stanford.
Plunkett, Elway, Luck, and...
Not recently, right? No.
It's not USC, is it? You stuck on Stanford?
It's not USC.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man. Because I'm thinking about other teams and I can't... The first 4 picks?
BYU.
No, not in the first 4 picks.
Yeah, because you got Young and Guy Detmer was...
It's really going to make me angry, Joe, when you say the 4th guy
from Chicago. The guy from Chicago, McMahon.
McMahon, was he a top 4?
McMahon wasn't a top 4 pick.
He wasn't? Okay. Well, that's my guess, and I'm out.
I don't know the 4th guy. Just give me the 4th guy because I'm going to be really angry right now.
All right, so
look at you smiling.
The thing that will make you the most angry is that it's not Stanford.
It's not?
Okay. It is not
Well,
Stanford.
no, all right, then give us a hint. Give us a hint, like who school. Give us a conference. How about that?
Okay, it's closer to home than Stanford. I can guarantee you that.
But give us a conference.
What's closer to home?
The ACC or the SEC? One of the 2.
We live in the SEC.
All right, so if it's the SEC, then it's
Tebow.
No, he wasn't picked in the first one.
No.
It's not Texas.
All right, I got to get to it. It's going to
good.
drive you all crazy.
Oh, they are.
One of them was terrible, and the other one was drafted in the first 4 picks a season ago. Jaden Daniels, Jamarcus Russell, Joey Burrow, and the great Burt Jones back in the day.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a 4th one for Stanford either. Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
no from Stanford. 4.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, 4 in the
I wouldn't have got Burt Jones.
Yeah.
Like
Burt
you could have told me LSU and I'd have got the first 3.
Yeah.
But no way, not Burt Jones.
But it's so funny because Burt Jones was decent, Burrow special, Jaden looking special, Jamarcus the bust, but all 4 in the first 4 picks. That's a pretty good one right there. All right, XL Primetime. We'll come back, kind of hit a little bit more as far as the rookie minicamp is concerned. We mentioned quarterback, so one of our texters, our primetimers, threw some numbers out. CJ versus Trep. CJ versus 16. So we'll at least throw that out coming up here in just a second on XL Primetime.
It sure is great living in the golf capital of the world.
Geez, you love this golf stuff, huh?
Oh, yeah. 1010XL.
Hey, so where do we tee off?
Jacksonville's golf station. Now, the Florida Gator Report on 1010XL. Brought to you by San Jose Collision.
On Tuesday night, the Gators' undefeated home midweek win streak came to an end as they lost 7-1 to USF. The game was tied up at 1 going into the 6th inning before the Bulls piled on the runs in the final 2. The Gators will travel to Texas to take on the Longhorns for this weekend series. In brighter news, basketball coach Todd Golden signed a 6-year, $40.5 million extension, making him the 4th highest paid coach in college basketball.
Hello, all you Jacksonville sports fans. Don here from Taco Lou. If you're in the mood for some great tacos, cold Dos Equis, maybe even a sip of some fine tequila, then the Lou is calling your name. Come out to Jack's Beach and experience what many have dubbed the #1 taco in the 904. There are plenty of great taco joints in town, and we're proud to have been around for this long, and we have only you, the fine people of Jacksonville, to thank for helping us grow and become who we are today. Cheers to you, Jacksonville, and thank you from the Lou crew. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Yo, it's your main man E.T. here, and it's time to make those summer break plans. Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctors Lake to reeling in the big one on Black Creek or cruising the St. Johns River. There's no better place to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit local gyms. Your summer adventures start here. Visit exploreclay.com.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I don't see how a new air conditioner is going to work out for me.
Well, you like air conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. But a new air conditioner could be expensive.
Well, not if you...
I mean, to save up the money, I probably have to give up my extra hot skim latte every morning. Now I fall asleep during a staff meeting, get volunteered for the summer picnic committee, and end up sitting in the dunk tank all afternoon getting water up my nose.
Okay, look at it this way. Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing puts in a new AC. We hook you up with affordable financing, and you stay cool and comfortable for just $149 a month. Cool?
Cool. I see it now.
Life can be hard on your budget. If you suffer through the heat because of a broken AC you could totally afford to replace, you could visit.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 9, 1987, Baltimore Orioles MLB first baseman Eddie Murray is the first player to switch hit home runs in 2 consecutive games.
Chelsea here from Renewal by Anderson. Before you invite family and friends over for summer fun, treat yourself and your home to new windows and doors from Renewal by Anderson. Renewal by Anderson has a great deal to get you started. We're excited to offer our Window of Opportunity Savings Event. Buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. License number CGC 1527613.
If you're heading to the Aug or you're already part of the nation's oldest, don't forget to drop into Sunset Grill. For over 30 years, serving up great chowder, seafood, wings, and cold beer. Sunset Grill, somewhere on A1A, St. Augustine Beach.
What is the most populated city in the world? The answer next.
When you file a claim with Southern Oak Insurance, we schedule one of our trusted vendors to work directly with you, which means a faster claim resolution. Find out more at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
With a population of an astounding 37.7 million people, Tokyo, Japan is the most populated city in the world.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
This is Corona Premier. It's the light beer you didn't know was a light beer. Until right. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now, Corona Premier, an unexpectedly light beer.
Corona Premier, a light beer with just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. The premier side of life. For those that are active and on the go, pick some up the next time you're heading out to enjoy the day under the sun. Corona Premier, an unexpectedly light beer.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, my takeaway is that although it's rookie camp, the juices are flowing. Big Searcy is getting excited about the upcoming season, and these players should as well. This is their first opportunity to be a professional athlete. Although I missed my rookie camp because I was holding out, I'm happy. I'm happy for these guys to have this opportunity to learn how to be a pro.
Yeah.
Be on time, study film, ask questions, take notes, compete. I love that kind of stuff. So I'm excited for them.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, my standardized data-driven takeaway is we're like 5 weeks from.
I guarantee you're going to use that metric in one of your stories. I guarantee.
100% I am.
Yeah.
We're like 5 or 6 weeks away from like minicamp.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's the season's here, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right now they're working.
Minicamp.
They
is
are
early
working
June.
right now in that building. Okay.
They do minicamp this week, off week, and then the next week is the first round of OTAs.
Yeah, and then the mandatory minicamp's the 10th of June.
In June, right?
10th, 11th of June, and
We're a
then they're
month
off.
away, man.
They're basically off a month.
We're a month
little
away
less than a month.
from. I think we're going to get a very good idea in minicamp, like what it's going to look like.
Yeah, I still will plead ignorance in saying that I don't know. I don't know that I'll be able to see that huge step up. I'm looking forward
but
to it.
I think you'll see like in minicamp.
Yeah.
You're going to see if Wyatt Milam is truly their guy.
Yeah.
Their left guard. I think you'll see that, definitely.
Yeah, I could envision a training camp battle before something like that happens. Yeah. I really do. I think so. Now, it'll be
Knowing the way he played the last couple of years?
Yeah, but it'll be what Leon's talking about. They'll rotate. But you won't, I don't think you'll truly
won't know
until pads come on.
Yeah, when the pads come on, when the big boy pads come on, then separates the boys from
That's
the
when the West Virginia's going to come out.
That's right. Yeah, that's when the West
hits happen.
Yeah.
It's a different deal.
Yeah.
And what's his nickname? Tugboat?
Yes.
They're already, like some of our primetimers are already talking about printing up T-shirts with Travis and Tugboat, and there's a bunch of other nicknames that they have out there, which is cool. All right.
Yeah, my takeaway is really the same thing. I mean, I'm really excited about the fact that everything is getting going, and there's so much excitement, just from Travis alone, coming in.
Yeah.
The tomorrow's. I'm just hoping the rain hangs out because it's sold out. This place is gunned up and ready.
Yeah.
And,
They
and
are.
I just have a good feeling about this coaching staff and this organization right now.
So, quick question for you, real quick, before we get to Joe's takeaway. If it's a brand new staff, you've got brand new installs on both sides of the ball. The work they're doing now, a lot of it is self-eval and the install, right?
Yes.
What are they doing right now?
Oh, the coaching staff you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right now, they've put together exactly what they're going to do in camp, in the OTAs and the whole works. Right now, they're evaluating, making sure everybody's on the same page, and throwing as much out there as you can.
So they'll know what they want to work on specifically with guys as soon as they step on the
See,
field.
I don't even feel like, and I may be wrong, but I don't even feel like you don't have enough body of work right now to even make any declarations about anybody.
I mean,
you're just basically saying
the guy's returning,
right?
Like the guys returning, they're watching, they're evaluating these guys on tape, and they're saying, "Okay, I can see where I can fix that."
Okay,
we can
that
fix
I get.
that. That's
Correct.
what I mean.
That's when you said self-evaluate, you mean evaluation of the guys.
Evaluating the roster, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do a lot of self-eval.
Listen, I'm hoping that they're actually
constantly.
Yeah, I'm actually hoping that they do one-on-one with the DBs and the wide receivers tomorrow. I don't know if they will, but we did.
Yeah.
And those individual drills, you
Leon
can see
doesn't
a
like
lot
that
of.
because no one's got their contract signed, and you never know.
Yeah, right. That's a little nervous.
That I get.
Yeah. They got insurance, so a lot of insurance.
But that I do get. All right.
If they're practicing, they got lots of insurance.
All right, so let's finish up with, we talked a bunch about Trevor and where he ranked post-draft, and he's 18th, at least according to the one that we spent a lot of time on yesterday, and who knows, but one of our prime-timers sent this in, and it's T-Law year 2 versus CJ year 2. Now, Trevor, we all know, the end of 22 turned the wick up, and everything was great. Since then, injuries and obviously poor personnel around him and just poor whatever. It just didn't work. But year 2 versus year 2, Trevor versus CJ. Both played all 17 games. Trevor threw for 4,100. CJ Stroud threw for over 3,700. So advantage 16. Trevor threw 25 touchdowns. CJ 20. Trevor threw 8 picks. CJ 12. Completion percentage 66. So basically 2/3 for Trev, 63 for CJ. Passer rating 16, got a passer rating of 95.2. Stroud passer rating 87. Rushing yards 291 for Trevor. Let's see if the CJ.
Are we going to do first seasons next between the two of them?
No, I'm just saying it's just because it's just the second year of CJ. He didn't have third season yet. So they're just doing the comparison between those two.
CJ, 2 division titles.
Mm-hmm. That's
Trevor
another one.
Lawrence won.
Not only that, who's the better player right now?
Yeah.
He
CJ
is.
Stroud.
He's a better player. But Trevor, I think the point of the texter and any fan is going to highlight their player as opposed to tear down their player. They're saying at that moment, he was as good in the moment in year 2 at the end
of year 2.
At the end.
Yeah, when he went 12.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah.
No, I don't
so
either.
that's what you're hoping for, a return of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. No problem. I can deal with it.
Yeah, that's all you're looking for, because we don't know what CJ is going to be in year 3. He
Trevor
came
still
back
had
to the
a-
pack a little bit.
He still had a back 9. Back 9.
Yeah, exactly.
I think CJ had a round of golf where he played well.
Yeah, he did. His first year was unreal.
Yeah, absolutely. And he backed
Second year wasn't bad either.
No, those numbers aren't bad, but he threw a dozen interceptions. And
I've seen a lot of, you heard me say that, I think, on the show one time. I said, we'll see how this is going into this past year.
Yeah.
We'll see how CJ does this year. Well, he did well enough to get to the playoffs, but he didn't have as good a year.
Well,
that second year is a different deal.
yeah, I always name it the Dave Campos of the world when you were a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
The Dave Campos of the world are staying up all night trying to figure you out.
Figured it out.
So Jaden Daniels had himself a year.
Yep.
Someone's trying to, not someone, all of them.
Many someone's.
All of them are trying to figure him out.
Exactly.
And they will figure out a way. And the point was made yesterday by one of our, and I think it might have been made by Leon, that look at what Vic Fangio did to Jaden Daniels.
Right.
Jaden Daniels ran into that Philadelphia pass rush, that buzzsaw, and then
it looked so well, did it?
And then Mahomes ran into the same thing.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, same thing Trevor ran into with Vic Fangio, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But it's so funny. If we can just acknowledge here what those fronts can do.
Oh,
to a football game.
Oh, yeah.
How they can influence it. I hope that comes this year.
Listen, I remember the great Jackie Slater told me that in this league, you never stop learning. If you're not elevating year after year, he told me that you elevate every year until you hang them up.
Yeah.
Which means that if they figure out Jaden Daniels, he's got to figure out how to figure out what they figuring out.
And really, that's when you talk about how much there's a direct correlation between how much Travis Hunter is going to be able to play, because the thing that separates the NFL from college football is experience and adjustment. Well, that's adjustment. You know, you figure out him, I got to figure out you. And then if he figures out me again, I got to figure out him.
Yeah, because
that's how it is.
Because, Coach, I think the misconception is that Travis Hunter here playing wide receiver is just going to outrun all the DBs.
Yeah, no.
It's not going to happen.
No.
He's got to figure it out. He's got to figure it out.
Absolutely.
He's got. If anything, I will be getting with BTJ and work on route combinations, get-offs, all that other kind of stuff. Because that freelancing that he was able to do at college because he was the better athlete.
Yeah.
You got seasoned
They're
vets.
all the same. Yeah. They're all the same.
You got seasoned vets now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're talking plenty of, they will find wherever you're weakest and they will expose it if they can. RJ, you are not weak and we are not going to expose you. You show strength, correct, sir?
Absolutely.
So let's give away something to our listeners with strength right now.
All right, I got a $25 gift card to Small Cakes Cupcake and Creamery, plus a $75 certificate for Wick, a candle bar. This is all part of the 1010XL Mother's Day gift guide. Head to 1010XL.com for more great gift ideas. 641-1010, be caller number 2, and I'll hook you up.
That's nice. Mother's Day gift from 1010XL. Definitely go there and shop and get the great deals. But caller 2 at 641-1010, and RJ is going to hook you up. That's pretty good stuff right there as far as, because I know we all need to wish our mothers, even though we've.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like to always come out. Mother's Day is the second most favorite holiday here in America behind Christmas. Father's Day is like 15th behind Flag Day.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I don't even get anything for Father's Day.
Bro, we behind Flag Day, bro. Are you serious?
It's the truth. And the only way we get anything is if we get it right for Mother's Day. You know that as well.
Exactly.
Two big stars. All right, on that note, we love all of our moms.
Yes.
That's for sure. We miss the ones that we don't have anymore. That's for sure as well.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
All right, the Frange man on the road. He is out on the campus of UNF. Frank Frangie, what is going on?
Yeah, we are great. Glad to be here. Beautiful day here in the afternoon. Double hitter, by the way. They were supposed to play tonight, start a 3-game set tonight, but the rain's coming in over the weekend, Joe, as you probably know.
Yep.
So instead of that, they're playing a double dip today. The Ospreys already have beaten Queens 7-0. And so they're playing the second game. Good start. Meanwhile, UNF softball team is 1 win away from a conference championship in the state of Alabama right now. They've got 2 cracks at it tomorrow. So good things happening for the Ospreys. So that's coming up in just a bit. Pete Prisco and a whole lot more. So beautiful day over here at on the UNF campus, Joe.
Yeah, because I think weather's going to be much better today than tomorrow. So get on out there and enjoy it.
Yeah, no question. So we'll talk a lot of baseball again. Game 2 is just underway. UNF and Queens. We'll update you on what's going here. My buddy Matthew Driscoll's going to stop by. You guys certainly know him well.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to just ask Matthew to kind of give me the lay of the land of college basketball now. I mean, how hard is the portal world for these mid-majors? You know by now that a lot of the players from JU, UNF, other mid-majors move on to the next school, so they've got to go back to the portal. It's a tough world they all live in now, So Matthew Driscoll stops by. We're going to check in with Nick Morrow, the AD. He's on the road in Alabama with that softball team. Pete Prisco is going to be here at 5 o'clock. We'll talk a little bit about that rookie minicamp where so many of us will be out tomorrow, Joe, and what we'll all be watching. So all comes up in just a bit on a Friday.
All right, sounds good, Frank. We'll be listening. Thanks, man.
Okay, bro. Thank you.
Yep, the UNFs of the world, and I'm not the first to say this phrase, but I adopted it, that's for sure. They're the organ donors to to the Power Four. That's
They
what
are right now, yeah.
They are the Oregon donors. It's just the way it is. But if you do have good guys you can showcase, you will get them noticed, which is cool. All right, we're done. Big Search, you got an event. You're going to be part of.
Well, Funk Fest. I'll be at.
I love it.
Depending on the weather, we're going to have selling Howard G cigars at Lot E.
Lot E, which is basically
right
most
next
people,
door.
RV City, east side of the stadium.
Yeah,
right there at where they drop off the Hart Bridge.
Come on through. I'll be there.
I love it. I can picture
Funk Fest, baby.
I can picture. Searcy said he's bringing sexy back. He's bringing the funk too.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right.
Yeah,
I love it, Coach. Thanks for hanging out with us.
You got it,
Matt. Enjoy the weekend. Don't work too hard. We're going to keep it rolling though as we head into the weekend with that rookie mini camp. RJ, great job filling in for JJ. We turn you loose. You got the Francis Show coming up next.
Come on.